like, how do you do it?
You just gotta make it work. There's a lot of, when you learn the intricacies of the game, you learn all of the little ways that you can abuse it. You learn all the little ways that you can figure out how to clear Ubers using an edge bow and harming, reviving monsters. I mean, there's all sorts of like tiny little nuances and just
you make it look easy, and then I go try and I die it like Rockanishu, and it's like, well, that sucked.
To be fair, Rockanishu is quite hard. Like he still kills me. He kills every speedrunner still because he's so brutal. Like that early.
Oh, is that one of like the clinch points in a lot of runs is getting the stones all lined up?
I feel like for the very start, it's not like it's so early. I mean, it's within a couple minutes, so it's not a big deal. But he's basically just one of those like tiny little points where you're still a little underpowered, and he's a great place to pick up like a level of experience. But you have to really
charge bolts hurt.
Yeah, but the charge bolts hurt, and you really have to get up on him kind of. And then he's extra fast, so he's not easy to kite. And you don't have anything yet, right? You have like 0 gear at that point and a couple skill points. And so if you're not very well, kind of dodging him and all that, you get a couple bad hits from charge bolts. I mean, he could take you out for sure.
And this is what I mean, folks. Like it's that depth of knowledge that I was just making a point because Rockanishu is one of the first like sort of bosses you run into. Not even a boss. He's like what is considered like a unique.
Yeah,
and
mini boss,
it's really early on in the game, and I was just kind of making fun of me. And see, he's like, because Rockanishu's extra fast. He shoots the charge bolts. He's like, the amount of analysis that he puts into every intentional action that he's taking is mind-boggling to watch.
And that's
it helps playing the same gear for what, 10, 15 years at this point?
Yeah. I mean, exactly. That's something that you. Like as a speedrunner, you definitely build just from speedrunning, right? Doing it thousands of times over and over. But additionally that you go and study in a way, which is maybe sounds extra nerdy, but like, like you go and you study all of the map tiles. Like I have files just saved that have every possible map spawn, like tile and all of that. And I go through and, I've studied through those to see where that is. So I can know, I'm in this tile. This is going to exit me towards this. Oh, this is going to have a dead end. I shouldn't continue down there. And you save 2-3 steps before you see that wall. And then things like, of course, Rockanishu and all of this, where you just have to know, right? There's just lightning enchanted extra fast. He's coming for you and you're going to die there a lot. But you also just have to know what ways generally the bolts are flying out. So where you can stand a little more, all that stuff saves you a second here, a second there. But that depth of knowledge adds up over time. And then the second point I'm going to make with it is Diablo 2, especially speedrunning. Like when I watch other games be speedrun, sorry if I'm just like talking. If I watch,
we don't want you to talk too much.
We didn't invite you to talk.
Sorry. If I watch other games like speedrun games, I'm like, oh man, like these guys are flying and they're doing crazy tricks, right? They're just doing crazy stuff. I could never do it, right? There's so many pieces about Mario or Zelda or whatever, and that's because they're kind of flashier. They have a lot of glitches. They have a lot of frame perfect tricks, and the way that it looks. A lot of times it's not even as hard as it, looks, right? Like it looks harder.
On that note, is there a big any % run community for D2? I can't think of a lot of, glitches or bugs that I've ever had that were in any way beneficial. Is that something that
there is like a teleport bug, right? That you can like do some sort of clicking. I don't ever see Mr. Llama using it, but I've seen other content creators use the teleport glitch bug.
Which teleport glitch bug? Hold on.
It's like you click the teleport and have your inventory open, and when you close it, if the teleport goes off and you teleport exactly to where your cursor was, even if there's like walls and stuff in the way, and like it's like, it's weird. Like teleports you way across the map. In essence, like
Oh no, he's talking about when you open your inventory, you're able to teleport farther
further?
distances.
Is that is that what
that's
you're
not a
about?
bug.
I use that all the time. That's not.
I was saying Llama
that's
uses
just...
that all the time. That's not a bug. That's a feature.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of. That's the thing. Diablo 2, for the most part, doesn't have the crazy. It's pretty well built, and so it doesn't have the craziness of like I stand right here and I like and then my character flies to the end of the
you don't
screen.
like bind jump to your scroll wheel or anything.
Right.
Doom 3.
Exactly.
There's no game breaking bugs.
There's nothing like that. The biggest game breaking stuff, honestly, is like the wave skips and the bug in the ancients, so that was, and those are kind of more recent, right? Being able to skip Bale's waves is pretty like, a lot of people would never, and they're like, whoa, what the heck? And what's happening? And that's pretty frame perfect and kind of hard sometimes.
But hasn't that been there a long time? Like I remember dragging mobs out of there unintentionally, and then I go back in and I'm like, oh shit, there's another wave.
Yeah, so this isn't dragging them away. This is literally skipping the spawn of them.
I'm not sure how to do that.
I've got videos and stuff. It's
okay. I'll have to go watch that.
Go type in like wave skipping Bale, Mr. Miss C, whatever.